Hello, everybody. My name is Karen Hallows, and I'm going to be speaking today about Peace Boat and Ecoship and sailing for the global goals. So Peace Boat is a Japan-based organization. We're based in Tokyo and established in 1983 by a group of young people wanting to connect people together to meet people face-to-face and talk about issues. And we've been sailing since 1983. We've had over 97 voyages with over 60 global voyages. So this ship behind me is currently sailing. It's currently in East Asia. And every year we have 3 regional voyages and 3 global voyages and 2 regional voyages. And you may notice, I don't know if it's at the back, but on the side of the ship, we actually have the Global Goals logo. So this is the only ship, as far as I know, in the world that's sailing around with the Global Goals logo painted on the side of it. And it may look small when it's on the ship, but it's just that the ship is so huge. The clicker. Can I click to the next one? Oh, sorry. It's just me. There. Okay, so this is the Global Goals logo on the side of our ship. So you can imagine when it pulls into port, people are curious about what this logo is. We've talked already about how few people know what the SDGs are. And having this ship sailing around the world with the Global Goals logo on it is part of our awareness-raising campaign. Now, the ship itself, it's kind of like a floating university. We have all sorts of different programs on board. It's a chance for people to learn about all of the SDGs. So, for example, here we have people planting trees in the Galapagos Islands, building a school in Madagascar, learning about landmine clearance in Cambodia. So you've got SDG 15, SDG 4, and SDG 14 just there. So SDG 4 right there in these study programs. And we have guest educators on board who are teaching the participants all about these different issues as they travel around the world. So it's kind of like an introduction to the world and an introduction to the SDGs and how they all link together. So it's a good tool for education, for studying, for awareness raising, for our participants when they're on board. And every voyage has about 1,000 people on board the ship. So you can imagine 3-4 voyages every year. That's 3,000, 4,000 people every year traveling around the world learning about the SDGs. And it's also a great tool for advocacy. I mentioned before that the ship goes into port, and we have the Global Goals logo on the side of it. Now, it's very important for us at Peace Boat, for our participants to learn about these issues firsthand. That's why we have these study programs. That's why we have the opportunity for them to learn firsthand from the people that they meet in ports. But we also use the ship to bring the voices of people on board the ship. So in September, we had, I apologize for the slides. I'm not doing anything. They're just doing themselves. So in September, we had a group of young people from small island developing states on the front line of ocean and climate degradation on board the ship, traveling through Europe. And they were speaking about how their communities are being affected by ocean degradation and climate change. And they gave testimony of this in the ports. And they sailed on towards New York and spoke at the UN. So it's hearing firsthand from people who are on the front line of these issues that we have to take action on with the SDGs. And we're very happy to be announcing the launch of the 2nd edition of this program. And this will take place from Stockholm to New York in June of this year. And we'll be calling for applicants, for young leaders from countries, from small island developing states, to travel on board the ship with us and towards New York for the high-level political forum to be speaking about their own experiences to raise awareness. And this first program was launched as a commitment to SDG 14 at the Ocean Conference, which took place last year. Now, I've talked a lot about awareness raising and education, but we need to take action. And we know that ourselves, that we need to take action too. And we were very proud that Peace Boat was the first civil society organization to give a voluntary commitment to SDG 14 at the Ocean Conference with Ecoship, which you can see behind me. So you can see it's quite different from the ship that we're using now. And this has photovoltaic sails on board. It has retractable sails with PV panels and higher efficiency, resulting in a 40% reduction in CO2. And also, has a closed waste system and closed water loop system. So if the ship itself is a form of action on climate change and ocean degradation. And this ship is going to be sailing around the world, just as our current ship is, as a flagship for the SDGs. So can you imagine this ship going to be pulling into port? It looks cool, right? And that's part of the thing, that it looks cool. People want to know about it. What is that ship? What's the logo on side of it? And they come on board, and when our participants are learning about all the different aspects of the SDGs in the ports, we have people come on board and take part in the exhibitions to learn about the renewable energy, the different green technology that this ship is using. So this ship will be sailing as a flagship for the SDGs and climate action. We heard this morning that the 2030 agenda and climate action cannot be separated, and we want this ship to be the flagship of that agenda that we're all going to be following. And everything is based on partnerships, so everything we do at Peace Boat is based on partnerships. Of all the 17 goals, I think that's probably our key one, that we're working in every port that we visit. Every single program we do is done in partnership. So if you would like to work in partnership with us to organize programs in ports and on board, and our ship, as I said, will be in New York in July at the High Level Political Forum, then please reach out to us and we'll use this ship. It's a tool for all of us to spread awareness and education and advocacy for the SDGs. So we look forward to building more partnerships here at the festival. Thank you very much.